Welcome back to the next video of the Python series for beginners. And in this video, we're going to be going over sets and booleans. So, what are sets? So, sets are basically unordered groupings of unique elements, and that means there's only one of each object in the set, and it can't have repetition. So, let's go into our idle and see what this means. So, to create a set, we're going to have to use the set variable. So for example, let's say set1, that's our variable, equals set. There we go. Now we have a set. Now to add something to our set, we can use the .add method. So set1 .add 1. So now we did that. When we print out our set, we have 1. And as you can see, it kind of uses a dictionary brackets, but that doesn't really mean it's a dictionary. It doesn't have a key value pair. So it's just a set. Okay, and now we can add more variables. Let's add 2. And now when we check our set, it has 1 and 2. Now we said that you can only have one appearance of each object in the set. So what happens if we're going to add 2 a second time? Let's check our set. As you can see, we still only have 1 and 2. No matter how many times you add the same object, you're only going to have one of it in the set because every element in a set is unique. Okay, and now we can also see some other things like how we can turn lists into sets. So for example, let's say my list, and let's have a bunch of random numbers. Let's say 3, 4, 5. Let's have a couple more 3s, some 4s, 6, 7, maybe 1, 0, maybe 100. And now that is our list. So if we print out our list, there's our list. So now what if we try to make that list into a set? So for example, let's call this set2 equals, we use the set function and plug in my list, which will turn my list into a set. So now when we print out set2, as you can see, it's all ordered. It doesn't have to be ordered. It's all ordered, and there's only one appearance of each element that we've set. For example, we had 3 a total of 4 times. Now the 3, there's only one 3 in here. We had multiple 4s, there's only one 4. We had more, and yeah, so that's pretty much how a set works. Okay, so now that we know how a set works, now we can look at Booleans. So what are Booleans? Booleans are pretty simple, and they are basically just operators that return true or false statements. And it's pretty important later on when dealing with logic, but we aren't going to really be using it that much right now. But let's go check how we can use Booleans. So a Boolean will usually consist of true or false, and they always have to start with the capital letter, true and false. They always have to start with the capital letter, and we can use this to check statements. So for example, if you want to check is this variable bigger than this variable, we can return it'll return true or false. So let's try that. Let's say our variable a is 5 and our variable b is 6. So to find out which one is bigger, obviously we know which is bigger, but if we didn't know the variables if we didn't know the value of the variables, and to check which is bigger, we can do a greater than b. Now this returns false because a is 5 and b is 6, so 5 is obviously not bigger than 6, so it returns a false. So what if we do b greater than a? That gives us true because b is 6 and a is 5, so 6 is greater than 5 and it returns true. So Booleans are pretty useful when dealing with loops and other logics. For example, when we can have a certain codes run while a certain condition is true, or when a certain condition is false, we can have different code run, and it'll be really useful later on. We're not going to be really using it right now as we're just learning the basics, but once you start learning more things and getting to more advanced projects, these will actually be really useful. So yeah, those are pretty much the basics of sets and booleans. It's a pretty short video because sets and booleans are pretty simple and easy to understand. And yeah, so I hope you learned something from the video. We went over what sets are, what booleans are, and some examples of them. And if you didn't learn something from this video, you might learn something from the future videos. So make sure to check out for those. And yeah, thanks for watching.